Welcome back to Bruins Game Reactions. Boston Bruins lose 2-0 to the Philadelphia Flyers in Game 10 of the 2024-2025 NHL regular season. The offense fell dead today. That's the beginning, middle, and end of it, really. Korpisalo stopped 18 of 19. Second goal was an empty net goal by the Flyers with less than a minute left. Definitely Korpisalo's best game of the season, even though there's only been a couple of them. He played out of his mind for the first period and 5 minutes until the goal was scored. Even then, after that, he played really, really well. This game wasn't on him at all. If anything, this was won and lost on special teams again, which seems to be the way a lot of these games are going, unfortunately. Boston went 0 for 4 on the power play. Granted, they were 100% on the penalty kill, but you're not going to win games allowing 3 goals on the penalty kill, and you're not going to win games scoring none on the power play. Especially against the team that is ranked dead last in most defensive categories. This game was unacceptable, and that is unfortunately the case. It feels like there's been a lot of them early on this year, and they need to be ironed out. One of the good things is bad news comes early, good news comes later on, I guess. This is something that needs to be looked into, though, by the team. Like I said, Korpisalo had a couple weeks off. Probably not the worst thing in the world. Get him a couple off days in between, and just bring him into practice. Like, have him face more shots from the team. I'm talking about him like he's a young goalie. He's not. Swayman's the young one of the two. But Korpisalo clearly needed to find something after his last 2 performances. And whatever it was, he at least somewhat found it. 1 goal on 19 shots. That wins you 9 games out of 10. This just happened to be the one, I guess. And the offense hasn't really looked flat in a lot of games this season. Like, the only other one really would be the Nashville game. The 2 shutouts they've had against them. But even then, Saros is a good goalie. He's gonna stop a lot of pucks. I don't know. I don't think there's much to say about this. This one stings a lot more than I feel like it should. But it's just a bit of a snapback to reality from being able to beat the Leafs 4-3 in overtime on Saturday. I'm not going to stress about this one. Bad games happen. And if you've watched hockey for long enough, you know that too. And if my videos are how you get into hockey, welcome to the sport. One of the best on earth, if not the best. Probably not the league you should start watching, though. The officiating's pretty bad in this league. Yeah, wow, this is going to be a really quick video. Player of the game going to be Matthew Poitras. He showed a lot of fire. And at times he looked like he was the only guy alive on the ice. Not to say this team looked completely dead this whole game, but there were times where they just seemed out of it. Matthew Poitras went after I want to say it was Evan Andre. Uh, his last name was Andre. I don't know what his first name was. But they both went down in the corner chasing after a puck. Neither one of them came up with it. Matthew Poitras kind of shoved him to the ground. Andre gave him a cheap shot right into the face. Poitras looked up at the ref. Ref shook his head no, like he wasn't going to call anything. And Matthew Poitras tackled him. I mean, that's the only thing to it. It's not like Andre got up. They were both on the ground still. But Poitras had got up before him and just kind of threw himself at him. Like, okay, well, the officiating's not going to say anything, so I'm going to. Got each one of them 2 minutes. Really would have liked to see Matthew go with him there. Would have been a fairly even fight, I think, as well. Special appearance from Jasper again. Hey, buddy. I know it was a tough loss today. Yeah. This was a game. This was a game of the NHL regular season. That is a fact. This game was also a bad game for everyone on the team. Now, puck luck's going to play a factor, as it does in any game. Couple bounces weren't going their way, which is unfortunate considering you're at home. But that's how this game goes, unfortunately, sometimes. Yeah. Next game is going to be on Halloween, October 31st, which is Thursday, against the Carolina Hurricanes. That should be a fun one. Much better than this one. Hopefully a bit more action, really. Other notes. Boston out of 5-on-3. Did nothing with it. Spent all of their power play time, not just the 5-on-3, all of their power play time, either playing pass or playing in their own zone. Jasper clearly has something to say about this. And that's just not how you win hockey games, unfortunately. This is a team... I know, baby. This is a team that needs to play better right now. I think you got lucky when you faced the Leafs on Saturday. And... Okay, go. Luck doesn't come easy in the playoffs, unfortunately. Like, I still think this team's going to make the playoffs. I'm going to think that until they're mathematically eliminated. What I think they're going to do in them is probably going to change throughout the year. Like, who knows? Maybe you beat Florida in the game or two remaining, and you just shock them, knock them out of their own building. That might change, because right now that's the bar. Like, they've been a very good hockey team this year. You know exactly what you're going to have to go through against them in the playoffs. A few years ago, when you faced the Leafs like 2 or 3 times in a row, final time it was, okay, well, no surprises here. This team's going to play you like this, and the opposing team's going to play you like this. You know exactly what you're going to have to do against Florida. You need to be smarter about it than how you were the other 2 games that you've already played this year against them. Stop taking dumb penalties. You gotta find different ways to beat goalies. Like, the way you play this game is in the playoffs, you go to the net. I don't know if that's how this team's constructed. I think they're a shoot first team, try to get a goal from the point. I don't think they're a team that's willing to fight and dig and get into the dirty areas that you need to win a championship. Like, I watched every game of the 7-game series against Florida and Edmonton. Florida was willing to go where Edmonton wasn't, and that's what you need to do. I get it. It's one loss. It's against Philly. Bad games happen for everyone. This might be one that might stick with the team for a little bit, unfortunately. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. Click like if you like. Click subscribe if you really like. Hockey's fun. Sports are fun.